How to resist a wildfire. Hello and welcome to my channel. You are driving in your car near the woods or taking a stroll there when you see flames at a distance and the smoke rising towards you. You are alone. What will you do? Can you survive? This is how to resist a wildfire. There appears to be reports of another forest being set on fire every year. This is because forest fires can start in any vegetated area, especially arid ones. In fact, the U.S. saw more wildfires in 2021 than it did in the last 10 years. In the U.S., wildland fires are started by people around 85% of the time. Campfires that are left unattended, the burning of debris, equipment use and malfunctions, carelessly tossed cigarettes, and purposeful arsonist activities are all examples of human-caused fires. There are some natural factors as well. We will be discussing two situations or methods of survival. Let's begin. Method 1. Surviving on foot, the more dangerous one. 1. Remain calm. The situation is really dangerous, yet losing your calm would make it harder for you to adapt and survive. If the air is not already too smoke-filled, doing breathing exercises is a great method to stay calm. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, followed by a slow 4-second exhalation. Continue until you feel more in control and at ease. Remember not to take deep breaths if the air is already hazy. Keep your faith in your abilities to escape and survive. Your capacity to survive will depend in large part on how mentally sound you are. 2. Protect your airways. The most crucial action you can do to safeguard your safety is this. If you can breathe, you still have a chance to escape even if the fire spreads. You run the risk of fainting out and dying as soon as you start breathing in smoke and carbon monoxide. Stay low to the ground. Use a wet cloth to cover your mouth and nose and keep it there until you reach safer ground. When trekking, you usually have water and some kind of material such as bandana. Until you can escape, use the bandana as a temporary respirator by covering it in water. Switch back to a dry towel if the fire is getting close and the main threat is now heat rather than smoke. Breathing through a wet cloth does assist when there is smoke present, but if there is a fire nearby, the heat might cause the water to evaporate, making breathing more difficult and perhaps causing airway damage. 3. Determine 3 courses of action. Try to come up with 3 separate escape strategies if you have the time and the mental capacity to do so. If the scenario changes and you need to alter your plans, you will already have 2 backups, so you can rapidly evaluate each alternative to identify the best escape path. Keep in mind that the areas closest to a fire that are most dangerous to be in are those that are uphill from the flames and downwind from the fire. Always try to stay upwind of the flames. Take direction from the wind. Run against the wind if the wind is blowing past you and into the fire. Run perpendicular to the fire to escape both the actual flames and the direction the flames will blow if the wind is coming from behind the fire and is blowing toward you. A mile or more in front of the current flames, keep in mind that winds might transport sparks and ignite additional fires. Keep yourself from getting caught in the middle of fires. 4. Head for non-flammable terrain. Try to get to the largest, closest place that won't burn if at all possible. It may be a large, sweeping fire, but for it to spread, it needs combustibles like trees, bushes, and thick grass. Look for locations close by that are devoid of trees and vegetation. Put a body of water between you and the flames if you can. If you have no other alternatives, sometimes the safest place to go is a place that has already burned. Before moving further, you should confirm that the area has been entirely put out of harm's way, since any residual flames might result in burns and breathing difficulties. 5. Avoid high burn places. Avoid areas where you can become stuck after the fire spreads while you run from it. Avoid places that are densely covered in vegetation if at all possible, as they will almost surely catch fire. In general, low-lying places that are sparsely vegetated are thought to be safer. Avoid natural chimneys, saddle-like hills, and canyons. If the fire were to rapidly spread around you in these regions, you would have very few alternatives, and a canyon may trap you in a dead end. 6. Hunker down if trapped. Your best bet may be to hide out in an area that won't burn if the fire is all around you, or if there is nowhere safe to run to. But if you can keep running from the fire and moving in the direction of safety, you must do it. If a body of water, such as a river or pond, is nearby, take refuge there or use it to maintain some distance from the fire. It may be safest to use the road as a barrier if you are close to a road or ditch, but are unable to follow the road to safety because of the fire. The fire will take some time to spread across the pavement unless there are any overhanging trees. In the event that you become caught, lay down on the ground as far away from the fire as you can. If a side of the road has a ditch, lay face down in it. Try to cover your body with anything that will shield you from the fire while you hunker down. Even covering the back of your body with mud or soil might help you stay cool in the stifling heat in a pinch if you don't have access to damp clothing or a blanket. Simply remain there until the fire has passed and you are secure. Method 2. Staying safe in a vehicle. Number 1. Find a vehicle. If walking on foot or using a car are your only options when not in your own vehicle, choose the second option. Even while it's still quite risky, it will increase your chances of survival compared to walking. If you don't have a car but come across an abandoned one while trying to escape the flames, get inside and hotwire it. Smash the rear window if you have to smash a window to get into the car so the front windows can stay closed. This is important as it will keep smoke outside of the car. Number 2. Ensure that you can breathe. Once you're in a vehicle, you must make sure that it is securely sealed off from the smoke that is all around you. This is essential since failing to do so might result in carbon monoxide poisoning. Close the air vents and roll up the windows immediately. Number 3. Drive if you can. If the car starts and you can drive it, take the wheel. Driving safely is necessary so that you can see your surroundings and so that other drivers can see you. Maintain a low speed and turn on your headlights. Watch out for pedestrians and other cars. If you come across any pedestrians, stop and let them join you on the way. Avoid traveling amid dense smoke. It could be safer to park and wait it out if the smoke is too dense for you to see where you're guiding. If you have to stop the car, try to park as far from trees and dense undergrowth as you can. 4. Remain in the vehicle. You should stay in the car if the smoke is too dense for you to see the road, or if you are unable to operate the car for any other reason. If you get out of the car, your chances of being injured or killed increase compared to if you stay in. Don't worry about the gas tank. Metal gas tanks on vehicles seldom ever explode. Instead of walking, you are considerably safer sitting in the car. Close the air vents and keep the windows open. Get down on the car's floor and, if you can, wrap yourself with a blanket or coat. 5. Know what to expect. Knowing what to expect can help you to remain calm, whether you are able to drive or are forced to stay inside a car. Just keep in mind that you shouldn't leave your car if it is engulfed in flames, regardless of what occurs. There will be a significant rise in inside temperature. Don't worry, the car is still safer than the outside. Low-lying air currents might cause the car to shake. It's possible for smoke and even sparks to enter the car. Don't be frightened. To protect your airways, simply maintain a low position on the vehicle's floor and continue inhaling through a damp towel until the fire passes and you are out of danger, alive and well. And that is it for today's video. If you learnt from it, be sure to give this a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Share the video to all and tap on the bell icon so you don't miss any upload. And I shall see you in the next video.